Basically, the main thing that I think is important for all directors to focus on is just allowing your actors to bring, whatever it is that you cast them for to the role, basically. I mean, I think a lot of directors are very controlling of their actors, but I know, I like to, put a little weight on their shoulders and say, show me what you can bring to this role. I mean, that's why I casted you, because I saw you for the part, so now let's see what you can bring to the role, pretty much. Yeah, absolutely, and I mean, basically they all have their stories to tell because they contributed so much to the film. But absolutely, I totally agree. It's a very collaborative work, and I was just thrilled because I think you can see a little piece of each of the key positions, their contribution to the film. I think that it shows very very well, and I owe everything to them and my collaborators. So. I moved here from Washington D.C. and I was kind of immersed in a very Hispanic community, so I was, very interested in that culture because I had never really experienced that culture very much. And I also knew I wanted to tell a coming-of-age story. From the beginning, I set out to send a positive message towards at the end of the film to make sure that, I think that's, as a filmmaker, that's very important that we have a strong message with our stories. I wanted to portray a youthful, kind of misguided environment where he comes from, which is portrayed in the outside, and then when he moves into his apartment, I wanted things to quiet down a bit, and that's where his grandfather thrives, and kind of just tries to remind him where he comes from, and that he's got a lot of lessons to learn. And so, yeah, absolutely, it was very important. The generational. It's very clear that the Angeles Festival stands for wholesome, good-hearted messages from a filmmaking standpoint. And I think that, especially in our culture, that something that I set out is to make sure that what I put out there in the world was something that was going to be positive and was going to, I think there are a lot of little messages in the film that I made, and I think that if, even one of those messages makes it through to the audience and they can, empathize with that's just absolutely thrilling for me as a filmmaker. So. Just because I wanted to make sure that there's that element of truthfulness to the story, and that it's not some candy-coated reality. That yes, this is there are a lot of misogynistic views, especially in the urban society where they came from. And I think that the message is that much more stronger having that contrast in there.